fucking...
That's not.
Yeah, we do have enough here for... okay, so if we had to put together a fucking podcast, barbershop quartet... But I'm saying if we had to, we must put together a podcast barbershop quartet.
Well, I'm a
No?
tenor boy,
Nothing?
so...
Well, fucking fine.
Well,
I mean,
can any of you
can
any of you actually sing?
No.
I did in high school.
Oh my god.
I did
Don't be
for
that
like
guy.
a week in college.
I could throw a pigskin a quarter mile back in high
Yeah,
school.
exactly. I would have gone pro too if it wasn't for twisting
Not
my
for my
ankle.
bum vocal cords.
I've never practiced singing, but I do have a guitar, so
There we
Okay, well,
go.
I have a
That means
ukulele.
I can
That doesn't
sing.
mean anything.
No, it means that you have a guitar.
it means that we can sing. It doesn't mean
It
we're
means
good
you
at
can
it.
bust it out at parties to do Wonderwall.
It
Terrible.
means I will sing.
will
is what
sing.
it means.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Jesus.
This is not a
Yikes.
brag. This is a threat. So,
Oh my god.
China has 25% of the world's population, and India has 17% of the world's population. But we're worried about the United States that has like 4% of the world's population.
Yeah.
well, I think it's actually because the United States is much closer to 3%. You could almost say we're a nation full of 3%ers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, also, I think we're a little more focused on it because, I mean, I live here. It's where all my shit is.
Well,
So,
that makes sense, but I really don't get like why more people don't like care about what's happening in India, because like enough people
Oh,
still
no, yeah,
think of it
it's
as
bizarre.
like this like bizarre shithole country, so to speak, and not like one of the most populous, one of the most diverse places. And so when they see news about how Hindus are persecuting Muslims and police aren't doing anything about it, and there are all these riots that are happening, we just in general kind of think, oh well, it's fine because how like it's India, they're one homogenous group. It's not.
yeah, it's
They'll
all
figure
India.
it
Yeah.
out.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, too, is like when you see the news, when you see news about it, right? Like, it's pretty fucking rare considering just it's not paid attention to because, oh, that's a different place.
And we
I
definitely
guess. I
also
don't
are
fucking know.
persecuting Muslims, so it
Also
would
that.
be,
I mean, we
you
don't have a
know,
lot of room to
Right.
talk as a country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pot
Or
calling
we
the
have
Kelton
presidential
Islamophobic.
candidates. We
Yeah.
have presidential candidates getting buddy with their fascist leader.
Yeah, so I think that's the main thing as an American who can't, see a fucking foot in front of my face unless there's a hamburger somewhere down the street. Like, that's the thing that should worry me as an American, right?
I mean, like, thankfully the Impossible Whopper exists, so I guess we'll be fine if the,
Oh, yeah,
the
we'll be
great
all right.
Hindu takeover
Yeah, that-
takes place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means I can go ahead and enjoy a nice hamburger every once in a while.
Well, yeah. What it means is that in one of the largest countries in the world, there is massive unrest happening,
Yeah.
and it's and as much as we wish there's massive unrest happening, like there are just the amount of people, the bodies that are there, and the people that are unsatisfied with their leaders in India is not talked about enough, especially here in America.
Well, especially because now that the quasi-fascistic, at the very least full-blown nationalist BJP party has the complete authority to quarantine and isolate all of their citizens, which, I mean, might be necessary to combat coronavirus. But, like, this is an organization that has also been trying to round up and isolate all the Muslims population at the very least. We're trying to build a database of sorts to that way. Then they can run through it. It gives them an unprecedented amount of power to then pretty much do whatever they want. And now that there's a blackout of sorts occurring, I am very terrified for what all can happen.
India's Muslim population, yeah, it's pretty fucked. Yeah,
It's
I
very
mean, it's
very stark.
yeah, it's all I can imagine is like a couple months from now, somebody's on the phone like, oh, Prime Minister Modi, the coronavirus is cured. You can release your populations from captivity now. And he's like, wait, the what virus? that is my bad dad joke about this likely atrocity.
And then he just like scoots all of those skeletons under a giant Indian rug.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But yeah, as we were saying, it's basically paid no attention in a lot of news, at least in the U.S. because we're too busy dealing with our own personal shit show, I guess. I don't
How
know.
bad we're handling our crisis.
Yeah, to be fair, things are pretty stark here too.
They're not great. They're not great.
I mean, yeah, we have, concentration camps, people that are dying in concentration camps. India,
a system that has no fucking recourse for, the economy shutting down due to a pandemic,
Pandemic.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Elocution lessons going unattended by podcasters around the nation. At least in my experience.
Literally every other person in New York is gonna get coronavirus, pretty much. The
Yep.
city itself is just so fucking dense and so many people there that it's spreading like wildfire. Florida's never closed any of their beaches, so now every dumb white shithead who went to fucking spring break is now spreading it all over the Midwest and Northeast because
is Kelton
that's where
hyperventilating about how this is not positive yet?
Yeah,
Kelton, you alive, buddy?
I always enjoy just having a mild anxiety attack, thinking about how the possibility of giving any form of massive government authoritarian control to literally catalog us all and also enable themselves to implement what sort of draconian policies they want in the name of whatever else, deeming whatever services they determine to be essential or not. For example, ventilators, like if you can get one, sure, great. If you need an abortion, though, right now, like tough shit. Guess what? You're carrying a term. It seems
Not
to be
on my property, you ain't.
Yeah, well, that's because they view them as property is the main problem overall.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Well, Kelton, I have good news for you. Have you heard of the People's Party of China?
Yeah. Well, let's just look into it because I wonder what it would be like if we were to just not go anywhere around to the left or to the right, but we just go through. We embrace the full blown American capitalism for what it is, and we carry it until its own logical endpoint.
It's lit.
Extreme Dolphin Bunker.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelton.
And I'm Zach.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Denis.
And welcome to another episode of Extreme Dolphin Bunker. This week, it's just the boys here talking today. It's just us. It's only the most trusted among us that I think we can really believe in to talk about what's going on in the world and what awful things are taking place in it. How's it going, y'all?
Well, it's going excellently. I'm really glad it's another Boys Night episode. As we all know, women just can't podcast.
Oh, that's for sure. Women really have an seeming disability to just do anything that's like funny. Plus, I love being here with all of my daddies.
Absolutely.
I think if you were to have a bunch of women getting around doing a podcast talking about what was wrong with their day, the most important thing would be to view it as a therapy session. And that's something my bitch of an ex-wife is just going to charge me for anyway. So podcasts might be cheaper in the end. We have to support these kinds of endeavors.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not like therapy is useful for anything anyways. And when it comes to talking about, upfront hot issues that are important to the world at large, really we're better off leaving men, strong world leaders to make these sorts of, hard decisions that must be made to save humanity.
The only therapy that I'm really into is when Daddy Bo gives me his gold card.
Nothing better than a little bit of retail therapy, yes.
Disgusting consumers.
If we're going to be talking about the main issues of consumerism, though, the main things that we need to worry about are the people who are pulling the levers, the people telling us what all we need to consume, what drugs are mandatory, what things they will allow us to then have covered versus what all they are saying that is too good for us or what we're not allowed to have. And that's when you see things like what the failing New York Times is talking about, is that this virus that came overseas
disease from China, the Wuhan virus, the Kung flu that's taken over, that's going to be the thing that they use to motivate everyone to justify why they're going to keep fucking us and going to keep increasing these charges, making it more expensive for us once all of this dies down, further keeping us subjugated to what the one world order is demanding.
I mean, we're finally seeing the effects of what a population that's too large is having on the world. Anytime that you have a population that the Earth can't support and you create a crisis, a man-made crisis, you're gonna you're gonna have fallout like this. We're gonna finally see exactly how overstrained all of our systems are.
The major thing that we're needing to keep focus on isn't just the fact that this is man-made. It's the fact that all of the secret components and bunkers, all the ideas that Jade Helm has been showing us, is that the idea of a military being able to effectively take over the nation, what this is causing us to realize is that they are either wildly ineffectual, which I think we all know is definitely not the case, or this is all one massive false flag attempt to make us think that they actually are this level of incompetent, that they actually aren't prepared for some sort of post-apocalyptic cataclysmic event. That's why we need to make sure that we prepare ourselves on an individual basis. We need to make sure that we are stocked up on all the right forms of brain force, of vitamins. We need to make sure that whatever bunker supplies we have available to us are all authentic and ready to go.
Absolutely. And shall I say, my gilded bunker, my luxury bunker, by the way, is stocked wall to wall with all sorts of, Juicero packs and, every last kind of brain force you could imagine. Really, if you check out Kelton's store, I highly recommend it, because all the profits go back to me anyway, and, I'm fine with that. I'll be sitting pretty in my bunker.
It's the important thing is that we have vertical integration.
My bunker only has fleet douches, prep, and a big, huge tub of boy butter.
Also in the store, by the way. Brainforce boy butter, now available for sale.
I don't understand why you guys all don't just get Soylent. It's honestly the most efficient food form available to anybody, even if you have more money than any of us combined.
Like me, yes.
But I do gotta say that that all this prepping is useless. There's no need for you to prep, because there'll be plenty left after we oust the useless Democrats from their positions of power. They're the ones that are really holding back, the ability of the United States government, the position that they've put themselves in to seize power and to implement a plan, one might say, that would better benefit us in the long run. One that eliminates a lot of the hangers-on and the useless, the scum that floats to the top.
Absolutely. Well, really, as long as it gets my portfolio back in order, I couldn't care who's in charge.
Yeah, and that's what you see. That's the reason why these premiums are going up. It's because the only thing, the smart people, the people who are going to survive, the people who are willing to do what it takes to not only save America but to save humanity. And this is just really an example of who is in control and who has the better plan for the future.
Honestly, if your premiums are going up and you can't afford them, you should have really thought about how fucking ugly you were, because if you weren't so ugly, you probably would have gotten a better job and been able to afford these things.
Exactly. That's why we have to make plastic surgery non-elective, so I don't have to look at all these hideous pores anymore.
If there's one thing I really enjoy about this virus, this crisis that's taking over, it's the fact that I don't have to look at people and see their ugly, fucking disgusting faces, because it's covered up in a mask.
Like your ex-wife.
Oh my God, you should see the work that she has had done. It's like she's transforming into the lizard person I know she actually is.
Oh, no, I know. I own the practice that she attends, yes. She has gotten a lot of work done. It has gotten me my third yacht. Trust me, I know.
That's where I got my butthole rejuvenated.
Oh, yeah, they did great butthole work on Denis.
Degenerates.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I do admit that, the effort that has gone into making masks available For medical practitioners, amazing work. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Do you see the kinds of places, though, that these masks are coming from? They're coming from workhouses
like China?
in the dirtiest conditions humanly possible. The fact that we think that we can trust these masks as being sanitary in any way, shape, or form when it's made by some 9-year-old in an Indonesian sweatshop is something truly beyond me.
And it's amazing that liberals are still complaining about the trade war, because you know where a lot of our medical supplies are sourced from? China. You know who had a medical viral breakout? China. All of those masks would have come back from China infected with the COVID-19 virus, and it would have spread here even faster than it already is, which, I mean, honestly, thinking about it, maybe that would have been a good thing. But I mean, who's making masks for us now? Good American companies.
And if we aren't even able to get American companies, thankfully we have British companies who are willing to step up. Now, I'm not a fan of the Royals or the British Empire and their elite pedophile cabal, but if there's one thing I can credit them on, is the fact that they know how to make the proper sized fetish medical masks to cover up their ugly fucking teeth. And if that's something that I think we can get behind with those jagged tooths not somehow puncturing through the masks, that's something that I think that we can believe in as a quality product through and through.
That's right, bitch.
It's amazing to me that these degenerate, I'm sorry, Dennis, I'm really hammering on you this episode, but these degenerate institutions that sell fetish gear are now sending it to the NHS because their centralized system of healthcare is so overrun by a puny little virus.
It's just a sign that you cannot trust any form of socialized medicine to be able to try and carry us through this crisis. The NHS has stripped people of their option to explore the free market as properly provided, and yet still the free market is the thing that is providing these masks to these people. Imagine what would have been available to everyone from the beginning if they had not simply hamstrung it, delayed the results, and tried to hide all of available options from these British citizens.
Yeah, I must say, I've purchased medical supplies from the supplier before for a Eyes Wide Shut style party. I mean, an Eyes Wide Shut theme party. Pardon me. And yeah, they were absolutely lovely.
Bitch, you know I've gotten something from here too. She looked real fish the other day in her scrubs and her medical mask, getting elbow deep in some fucking little bitch. I don't remember her.
I really think it's so interesting that you guys are still believing what the media is telling you. They don't tell you about the ravages that humans visit upon the earth every day, because otherwise, why would you care about who has access to medical supplies or not? The people that are the real brave contributors to our society are the ones who did not prepare for this, because they knew that not everybody needs this, because we don't need everybody.
Oh, and where do you get your news, Hotshot?
There are 12 YouTube channels that I trust, and that's it.
Well, as long as I'm one of those YouTube channels, if I was allowed on YouTube still...
You're at least 3 of them, so...
Well, thank you. Those words of encouragement in these dark times really, really help me get through the day at these points.
I really enjoy coming on here and being able to, share thoughts with knowledgeable gentlemen such as yourselves.
Absolutely, yeah. I bought my way onto this podcast, and by golly, I'm gonna get my money's worth.
I'm just getting ready to be passed around between the 3 of you once this recording is finished.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, we're into polyamory, not pedophilia. Yeah, it's actually a more effective way, especially to keep birth rates down for for the majority of the. I may call them degenerates, but honestly, I respect the work that activists have done to increase visibility and widespread adoption of LGBTQ identities and behaviors. As a way to effectively redirect people's own misguided pursuit of self-pleasure and turn it into something that actually benefits humanity.
Zach, you could spread my visibility any which way that you'd like.
So let's talk about what else is in the news here. There's talks of a rent strike, and as someone who owns many, many luxury multifamily properties and rents them to many, many idiots who rent them to many, many other idiots via Airbnb, it's got me worried, folks.
When you have a people that's waking up like this and realizing that maybe they can upend the established order of what is taking place, of people understanding that quite possibly the system isn't geared to work towards them, and their solution is to do something as silly as a rent strike, instead of doing what needs to be done and taking a march on Washington and then with their on top.
Wow, that was horrifying.
I've never actually paid rent myself. I have a bunch of sugar daddies who actually pay it for me. So my guess is that you should probably just start looking a little less ragged and a little less like a messed up bitch, and probably start looking a little pretty so then you can get someone to start paying.
Well, see, that's the thing. My daddy's always paid my rent. In fact, my great-great-great-granddaddy, who built a castle on our Confederate plantation, which I will not go into the details of course, has more or less guaranteed that as a family we will be replete with wealth until the sun burns out.
I visited the plantation on an Airbnb. It was very nice.
Oh, thank you.
It's all well and good that you guys are, by the sweat of your own brow surviving some way or another, but for all us normal folks, I really think that we should take a cue from, 1920s, early 1900s to 1920s, labor strikes and labor strike busters. They used to just straight up fucking bomb the miners whenever they talk back to them, because you know who controls the capital that runs the company that makes them money and pays for their mining towns?
That's me.
It's
I
the
do.
same people whose children are on the flight logs. I know. I'm very aware of who's in charge.
Yeah, we know who's in charge, and we know what they need to do. All we need to convince them is to do it again. It wasn't hard to convince them the first time, obviously. Now we have the excuse of a giant pandemic that's barreling down the fucking barrels. It clearly won't be that hard to convince people to revert back to their fascistic tendencies once again, especially now that labor is threatening to strike.
Again, I don't know what a fascistic is. I'm just worried about my money.
My money.
My favorite thing about fascists is the uniforms. Have you seen those Nazi uniforms? Oh, I take that
Hugo
back.
Boss, naturally.
Have you seen the Spanish military's uniforms? Oh my god, that deep neck. Hello, thank you.
Also probably Hugo Boss, but I don't know things, so I'm not going to bother to look into that. I'm sure I'm right. Speaking of bosses, it seems like... Wait, fuck. Zach, you're right there?
I think this is as good a point as any to.
I think Zach needs a break. You were just wailing over there, man.
It was getting under my skin. I was trying to hold it together.
It's bubbling out just like he's a diver who came up for air too quickly.
Yeah, he's got the fucking bad improv bends is what he's got.
Oh god. Okay, can we do a normal episode now?
Please,
Yes,
I can't
Zach,
handle
we can do it.
this.
When do we have a normal episode, Zach?
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelton.
And I'm Zach.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Denis.
And welcome to an actual episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun. That was fun. How many people do you think are still listening at this point, fellas?
Nobody, not a soul is listening. You could give away the location of your pirate treasure, talk about your most deeply held childhood trauma, and I don't know, like winning lottery numbers in the fucking latter half of this episode, because nobody's gonna hear it.
That's right.
Nobody will have made it through that just gem of an April Fool's Day thing we did there.
Yeah, I am going to beg you in the show notes to please have the actual start date or start point of this, so that way then people know what they can scrub to if they want.
Just in
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Also in the show notes, let them know that I'm not a bottom, unfortunately. So
Well, no, yeah, I'm out, guys. I got no more dog in this fight.
Yeah, well, son of
It's
a
been
bitch.
Bo, no, wait.
We know what Bo's really here for.
Bo, you keep me my verse.
Well, it's good to be back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Who knows what fresh hell is going to await us, and how well or how badly those bits will age. But we'll see, and hopefully we don't have to record an emergency
No better
episode.
or worse. Yeah, no better or worse than the rest of our bits age. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
yeah. What did we end on? Rent strike 2020.
That's right.
And all of these companies that are either not going to pay rent or are.
I don't
will
even
not
think
be
we
able
got
to pay
that
rent.
far. I think we just talked about rent strike, and then we kind of the wheels all
And
fell
then
off.
Zach collapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collapsed under the weight of my own brain.
That's right.
Somehow
was
I
too
knew
big.
Your
Zach
own
would be the
fucking
one who.
subreddit shithead brain. Yeah.
Yeah. My brain was too. I was too big brain to keep.
Yep.
it.
Too many upvotes.
Yes.
Too much Reddit gold, my good sir.
But yeah, so Rent Strike 2020 is happening. I really am enjoying the sense of solidarity that I'm feeling from Rent Strike 2020. I am getting a lot of the same vibes as like Occupy Wall Street though, and concerns about how if there's not a whole lot of non-online infrastructure in place, like we've warned people before, if you are the only white sheet out of a window, buddy, like start asking people for help right now, because shit can get
Yep.
real rough real fast.
Yep.
Not
There is
April
actually-
is in checks notes
today.
Today is April.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until the 3rd, which is when I'm legally required to have to pay rent. Really make my landlord
go.
sweat it out for 48 hours before kneeling down like the little bitch I am. So
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if somebody's kink is owning homes and extracting value from the people who have to live there, because you gotta live somewhere. Like, I'm not gonna kink shame, but
no.
who
I
am
said
I?
I enjoy owning homes. That's why I walk by neighborhoods and being like, "You're trash. You're trash." I'm owning them, walking by. I'm actually flat broke.
fuck you. That's great.
It's something good to do if you can't rent strike is to at least find and join or start organizing a tenants union. Houston has a tenants union. There's a Facebook page. You should like the Facebook page and message them if you live in Houston. And
Real practice, like their Facebook page.
I mean,
I know. It's just
Yeah.
like
It's somewhere.
yeah.
it just delights me to
Yeah,
see like what
like the Facebook page and message them. Hey, when the fuck are we hanging out?
exactly when.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing plenty good at awkwardly reaching out to like exes and shit during this. Like, so hey, you still into that whole algebra 2 thing we talked about a lot back in the day? It's like no.
I will say
no, turns
Facebook
out
is
not.
like radicalizing these boomers in a way that I wasn't expecting. Not left or right, but rather up down, in the sense of they are now just all anti-landlord at this point. And that's one of the few
good.
bright spots.
It's great.
Right now. You're like, oh yeah, cool. I wonder if I can radicalize. Oh no, Wuhan virus. Oh come on, mom. I believed in you for a split second. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Can I do my my Alex voice?
You're what now?
My Alex voice. My Alex voice from Minion Death Cult.
Do it.
Oh yeah,
Go
yeah.
for it.
Please.
All right, it's a Facebook post. It says, "America will never be a social sit country. Karl Mark, C with a C, Karl Mark, killed a billion Peel. But M-O-W, killed landlords who are not people. I like that one commie I can get behind."
Damn. Yeah. I fucking like it.
Yeah, that's
The one
that's,
commie. If you got to pick one. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not into Bernie Sanders, but this Mao guy,
yeah.
incredibly based, Grandma. Thank you.
Yep.
It's the Drake meme. Owning the means of production? No. Killing all landlords. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's socialism, baby.
Holy
Also,
shit.
is it just me or has Based made a weird comeback? This is a total fucking rabbit hole. Anyway.
Based has been making a comeback. Like
It's just I've seen it particularly like its original usage with like goofy shitheads again.
Yeah,
and
I don't think it
it's
ever really
obnoxious.
went away. But it does really take me back to like my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
Freshman year of high school.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's so
I'm-
based. That new Filthy Frank video is so based, bro. It's like,
it's
shut the
so
fuck
Shut
based.
up.
up.
Jesus.
Anyway.
It's
I'm
it,
so
it was
fucking
kind
glad
of
I'm older than you all.
yeah, it was kind of floating around with like dirtbag leftists to like, haha, Karl Marx is based AF, and it's like,
Like I get the irony thing you're doing. Yeah, it's very 2014 of you. Thank you.
Can I make
Yeah.
a 2014 meme of like, stop trying to make based happen? It's not going to happen.
All right,
based 19.
but anyway,
Like COVID. Okay.
Based
No.
19 would have been the way to go with that.
Basted 19 is the video series I've been watching ever since all I've had to do is stay home and jack off. So you know,
Based 19.
Ironically, the series keeps on counting down, and
yeah, I'm not buying that next the one after the next. I guess.
Not ironically, though, it's all about cooking poultry. That's what you've been jerking off to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You ever seen a smoked chicken, whole smoked chicken coming out of the smoker, Dennis?
A whole smoked chicken coming. I've seen Eraserhead. Yeah.
Boys, this is why I'm vegan.
Anyway, yeah, rent strike.
Wait, hold on. In the post-apocalypse, like when we're eating each other, like, will you still be vegan?
Just give me your permission to eat you, and I will.
Okay, see, there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, it's the only
100%
ethical
ethical.
consumption.
Yeah.
So we have
Just
to
tell
kindly
me.
ask the rich if we can vote them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's their
yeah.
only request, Zach. I mean, they've been
I
so
mean, that's basically
reasonable.
what voting is. Which is why, you know.
Me and my Facebook tenants union, we're going to conduct a poll saying that we really disagree with the way things are operating right now, rich person.
Yeah.
The thing, though, that does give me some sense of hope about this movement is that it is not just individuals, but it's also businesses just pretty much saying, like, hey, because our individual workers can't make rent, that means that we and they can't make it because we're not open, and because we're not open, we can't make rent. So, like one company, Cheesecake Factory, just pretty much said, like, hey, our 294 restaurants gonna have to take a mulligan on this because.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna run up to this one and say it as best I can. Stay based, Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
Here's-
God.
Here's the weird thing. It was like Cheesecake Factory did kind of explain that, like, hey, we can't employ our employees, therefore we can't make a profit to pay our rent. And then Roxanne Gay came out of nowhere and was like, oh, gee, I didn't know that we couldn't just, like, or that all we had to do to not pay rent is say that we can't pay it. I'll just go ahead and do it. It's like, no, but Cheesecake Factory, in a weird way, was actually looking out kind of for their employees. And then Roxanne Gay had this shit lib take, and it was very annoying.
I mean, it's so unfortunate too, just because Roxanne Gay has had so many good takes over her
Right,
time on Twitter.
exactly.
You know? Just
But the thing is, she just keeps getting worse, and it's at the point where I just want her to block me.
so that way, then you can get the clout and be like, "Look, I have been blocked by Roxanne Gay."
Bitch, as if that would not, like, be very good for our podcast.
It would.
Like, fuck you.
It would It would do incredibly in our podcast among all the Zoomers who are currently Googling who is Roxanne Gay. And Roxanne,
Are you kidding me? The
question mark.
Zoomers-
Gay?
the-
Question mark.
Zoomers are the people who read her shit. Or are you joking? Come on. She writes children's books.
Well, hopefully we won't target that audience quite yet. I know we're libertarian socialist on here, but let's not focus on one word.
We're not libertarian.
Yeah,
It's a very,
it is
Serena
weird though,
Chacha
because
moment.
you counter that with what other companies are doing. Like how GameStop is permanently closing 300 stores, or how McDonald's with their fucking arches, their logo changed to have the M split in half, like some sort of weird like anti-Siamese twin propaganda poster. It just is ridiculous to me of what they're doing to virtue signal this idea of, oh, look at what we're doing, look at how we're supporting this cause, but we're also not giving our employees sick leave or pay time off or allowing them to do anything other than be forced to work here.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, it's like, yeah, we're not gonna do, like, even the bare minimum of just, like, nah, hands off, whatever. We're gonna do just enough to really, really specifically dick you over. It's very interesting.
It's
Hey, look,
it's-
I know that we, as large corporation Ltd, have been living, from paycheck to paycheck. But really, I don't feel like we should be punished for this because we create so many positive things for the community.
Like
a
pollution.
McNugget.
And
And
fraud.
like the McDouble.
And McNugget.
What?
And the McChicken. The best fast food sandwich.
Oh,
I will McNationalize your entire fucking base.
Honestly, God, nationalize McDonald's. That would fucking slap.
hold on.
That'd be pretty cool.
What would be the nationalized McDonald's menu? Like, what would that? What changes?
Oh, it's
could
the
we
exact
expect?
same.
It's the exact same. What are you talking about? It's exactly
Really,
the
they
same.
they would
Yeah.
still have like the Big Mac and everything else.
Yes,
They
and
would-
there's somebody from the National Guard there to shoot any of the Rick and Morty people that come in. That's how it works. Very timely reference, I know, but still.
Because they're definitely still going to get that Szechuan sauce or whatever.
They are
it was.
absolutely still going in and jumping up on the fucking things and all that.
Those poor fucking Rick and Morty fans, because I saw
The
that
people
there's a
really
petition.
suffering in this
Someone
scenario.
think
Yes,
of the
yeah.
Rick and Morty fans.
Well, I mean, like I saw the petition that they're trying so desperately to have people sign, demand that Rick and Morty come back from their mid-season break to help ease the pain of
Oh.
coronavirus.
No, that's not real, is that?
Yes.
Oh,
It's,
boy.
Oh no. Fuck me. That is
they are
That is
rapidly
something.
accelerationist in their tactics, because I think
That's getting blackpilled, honestly. Like,
yeah, same.
if
Jesus Christ.
if they don't get that, they're definitely just gonna like probably mass suicide. Probably.
Probably, yeah. Like, holy fuck. That is Huh.
Oh my God.
It's a fantastic sign of a totally normal and totally cool fan base that isn't some like bizarre intersection of the three worst people you run into in college.
Yeah, like Elon
yeah.
Musk guys. I
Elon
fucking
Musk
love
has
science
literally been a
guys
guest
and new
star on
atheist
the show.
guys. I know he
Yeah.
has, and it's fucking terrible. Ugh,
That's right. Well, this has become the anti-Rick and Morty podcast because
good.
we're focusing in on the real issues, the things that are affecting people in the day-to-day life. But the one thing, and this is unfortunate because I should have tried to do this story in the Alex Jones voice, but I honestly don't think I would have the range to keep it up. But it's a story that I want to share with everyone about how dentistry is a sham, and you shouldn't trust them at all whatsoever.
Yep, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it is coming from the USA Today. Title of the article is "Dentists Under Pressure to Drill Healthy Teeth for Profit, Former Insiders Allege," which is
If you thought that coronavirus treatment was going to be expensive, just wait till you see what else you need treated after you get to the hospital.
It's just I can't imagine a more superfluous thing than trying to explain to someone who has a 3-year-old that they need to get 7 root canals done and go ahead and just pull 4 of the teeth, and it's for their own good. Because
fucking kid, you don't need those teeth.
I mean,
So
maybe
here's
all
the
those
thing,
kids
though.
who hated the dentist, maybe they were onto something. Maybe we should
All right.
believe
I think
children
what it
every
is,
now and again.
These dentists are in the pocket of Big Tooth Fairy. Is that a good? Is that a good enough
Oh
Alex
no!
there?
I mean, you really laid it on thick with fairy at the end, so I think they know.
I just don't get how, like, I understand. And in the article, it even says the woman who was told that, like, her kid needed 7 root canals was like, well, he's a professional. It's like, sweetie, like, I don't, like, no. Like, no one needs 7 root canals. Does your kid even have 7 teeth? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I can't imagine, though, being that level of both concerned and gullible, that you're like, I mean, I gotta do it.
second
I guess.
opinion, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like, first of all, who has $1,200 to just pay for 7 root canals?
Listen,
Yeah,
buddy, if
yeah,
I
that
had
too.
an
Like,
extra
I need-
$1,200, I wouldn't have a 3-year-old. Okay.
Yeah, like, I need, like, wisdom teeth removed, and I'm just, like, ignoring that.
As
like,
your teeth are slowly getting pushed forward in your face. Just,
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's
Zach?
fine.
Zach is like a rodent, and he has to constantly chew on small pieces of wood, so his teeth in front don't just, like, go into his brain eventually.
why do you think I'm always eating when we're podcasting?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Hear that
explains
complaints
it. It's
and
canon.
or 4-star review we recently had? Fuck you.
Yeah, read the fucking lore before you rate our podcast down, all right?
Yeah, you thought that those were Lay's potato chips? No, they're cedar chips.
The fact that Lay's hasn't done
Freshens your
like
breath.
a flour version of potato chip called Lay's, but Hawaiian, is a travesty. honestly.
I see what I fucking get it's wordplay you did. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry. They have like
no-
a biscuits and gravy version of potato chip, but Lay's, that's too far. Oh,
That is a bridge too far. Yes. You can't
So
build a
here's-
bridge to Hawaii.
The thing about this article is that it is a little bit long in the tooth, but
Oh, fuck you.
shut up. But it is from USA Today, which is the highlights for adults, so it's actually a very easy read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it
my
actually is
favorite
really
thing is that,
interesting.
like, as you
2020.
scroll the article, at least as I did when I was reading it, there was like a blue bar up top, and it like would show you how far along you were in the article as you scrolled down. Like it was some sort
Right.
of achievement unlocked, which I think is.
And if you
USA
s-
Today has gotten really into their like website scripting
Mhm.
and making it look
It-
very good. I honestly applaud them. It's a lot better than the New York Times, where all it does is pop up, "You have reached your limit of articles this month. Please subscribe for $5 a month if you'd like to keep reading."
Yeah, who needs
We're-
news when you got, schmancy CSS? Sure.
Yeah, we're way past Web 2.0, folks. This has got to be at least 3.0.
Web 4.20. What?
For
That's the
Web
weed.
6.9.
Yeah, it's a weed and a sex reference all in one, folks. It's great. And like internet, because people love that internet, folks. Yeah.
Gotta love the internet.
And nobody loves the internet folks more than Joe Biden. Is he streaming now, or is he just doing like regular like TV appearances now?
No, he's kind of doing half and half
Okay.
from that
okay.
dungeon that he has in his basement.
They're putting like a green screen, or they're putting like a green blanket across all his hospital stuff. All his hospital sheets are bright green.
hiding his
They have a big
ventilator
bright
as a
green-
library.
He actually has one of those like suit pajamas. Have you seen those? It looks like
Oh,
a suit,
yeah.
but it's actually just
Oh,
pajamas.
trust me, I've seen those.
I've
Bo
interviewed
has
in those.
one in
sir.
every color.
What do you think I record the podcast in?
Do you have pants
Boys,
on or
honestly-
not, Bo? Jesus fucking Christ! Get with the canon.
Yeah, no, it's that's his Zoom meeting attire.
Your Patreon dollars are going to go to getting each and every one of us one of these pajama suits. But Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Is Joe Biden good now?
Question mark?
No.
Oh. Who knew? Joe Biden, not good. More after this break.
There you go. That's the good news we're all fucking looking for.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only article that is out that is a mainstream journalist organization talking about Joe Biden social issues that he and his campaign are facing is a Yahoo article that has moved from
Well, no,
Yahoo
hold on.
US.
Let's not relegate this poor woman's story down by calling it a Yahoo article. I mean, like
That's all that it is, though. What else is there? Who else is?
It's not
who else
okay. Here's the thing: it's not in Yahoo Answers. It is in the actual news section of it. It's just under lifestyle.
It came from Yahoo Answers, though. That's the problem. It says,
boy.
if my boss did this to me, does this technically qualify as sexual assault? Time's Up answered, no, it's not, because it's Biden.
Yeah.
Christ, Tara Reid has come out again.
Not the actress.
I was going to say,
Not
as
the
a movie
actress.
fan, I was floored. I was like, whoa, this happened with Tara Reid? And then I'm like, oh no, the other Tara Reid. Oh no. This is-
Yeah. It's something. It's yeah.
Right. So, to summarize, Tara Reid was on Biden's staff sometime in the early 90s, and he sexually assaulted her. She's retold the story on both Katie Halper's podcast and on The Hill, on Rising. She actually tried to go out to several other news organizations while he was campaigning, and they all kind of just dropped it, much like how ABC dropped the Weinstein story because Weinstein was giving them a lot of money.
Thank you, Project Veritas, for bringing that story to light.
Yeah.
It actually might have been Epstein, but Weinstein, I do believe, has a stake in ABC because he does a lot of Disney projects, so that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Much
regardless.
like all the Trump accusations were like held until all of the organizations like dropped it all in one day, and they're like trying to unite behind canceling Trump.
I really
Right.
don't want people
And-
to lose focus of this, but I recently had to rewatch Suicide Squad, and the fact that Steve Mnuchin, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, is listed as like one of the main producers of that film is fucking horrifying to me. Because I'm like, this
That
now
just makes
doesn't
it
even
so much worse.
Exactly. This I can now no longer say that Suicide Squad is one of the worst things you've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, what a shit movie.
The thing is, as it turns out, things like Me Too and your any sort of minority status, whether it be your gender, your sexuality, or your race, or any combination of those things, only matter to liberals when it is convenient for, gaining a sort of following. But when you come out against a very powerful man who is presumably the front runner of the Democratic Party,
I think
this
Andrew
gets hidden
Cuomo
away.
though is the current front runner, right?
Oh,
In the Vegas betting odd pool.
yeah.
Ugh. I'm really not looking forward to November, y'all.
Oh,
Right,
really? Why is that? Because you're going to vote for Joe Biden?
No, because my liver is not going to survive till December. Is why.
I do love it, though. Biden is canceling debates with Bernie, so I would love it if Biden then continues it and just says that he's not going to even do debates against Trump. Just,
I
All
would
right.
not be surprised at this fucking point. Yeah.
All right, listen. I know how to fix this. Trainwrecks TV host a Joe Biden Bernie Sanders debate.
Means TV.
Okay, but Trainwrecks TV is the Twitch people that do that with like Hassan and like Nick
Oh, yeah, that's
Fuentes
true.
and all them. Like that's
Trainwrecks
the
go on
platform to
memes.
reach the real people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's. I mean,
That's where the proles are.
I don't know how they. I mean, I know how they expect they're gonna get away with this, and that they're just gonna bury this fucking story, like they bury Biden's general shortcomings and creepiness and everything.
literally.
Shortcomings
everything.
being, being anti or pro segregation.
Yeah, like he just
You know,
he
he's a
sucks.
morally complicated individual. He's a racist rapist who makes sure that his corrupt son's corrupt company will stay in charge and out of legal trouble overseas. You know, just
Friends of the show.
Just normal things all us Americans can relate to. Yeah.
Right, friends of the show, Minion Death Cult had a really good discussion about Biden and his like quote unquote shortcomings. So listen to them because they're lovely folks and they had a really good discussion about it.
Absolutely,
Yeah, we don't need to rehash the pulls out list, drops list, list falls to feet, keeps rolling down the floor, out the front door, down the street, all the way to Galveston Island, into the ocean, never to be seen again.
Yep.
Of Joe Biden's
Right.
shortcomings.
The CVS receipt that is Joe Biden's fucking yeah.
Right. What we do want to stress mostly is that your identities as minorities, whoever you may be, are all very important and intersectional. And liberals have picked up on that language and they've learned how to manipulate it into being something for a power grab for them. But the one thing that really does unite all of us, despite, me being, the one brown folk in a group of white boys, is that we are all together in the same class and we have class consciousness. That
Also,
brings
Dennis,
us
I believe
together.
the term for a group of white boys is circle jerk.
Around here we call it a hate crime, but that's the thing is that like never forget these sort of like intersectional minority statuses that you have because they're all very important and they influence one another in the world that you operate. But class consciousness above all is the important thing to keep in mind because it's the one thing that will make sure that we all work together because we'll always have so much more in common than we ever would with Joe Biden.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to support your comrades if you don't even know that they're comrades?
Exactly. And learn their pronouns.
Very nice. Well, I guess that's it for this part of the show. If you've made it this far, you're a true comrade, and thank you for sticking around. We'd like to give
Thank
a
you
shout
for
out.
sticking around through our our little April Fool's thing, especially.
We'd like to give a shout out to all of our patrons. We have a bunch of new patrons this month, but we'd like to extend a special thanks to Scott for contributing to our dialectical tier, and Allie, Lauren, Spencer, David, and now Drayton for contributing to our Devil's Advocate tier.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys really add to the fucking show and to our patrons. Enjoy the bonus episode where we talk about comic books at length.
Yeah, Fortress of Dolphin-tude, because
Yeah, that is the best thing I can come up with after already fucking around too long, playing too much Doom, and getting it out late. So, apologies for that again, but I think it was worth the wait. I don't know.
Oh boy, Bo.
Go play some Doom yourselves.
We're really blowing
Animal
the
Crossing.
comic. We're really blowing the comic books references really early in the show. The life cycle on all of our episode titles is already getting shorter and shorter.
it's okay. But we'll eventually just start, dropping the actual titles altogether. We'll just be like, episode 47, here you go.
Episode something whatever date stamp.mp3, and it's just boom, there you go, fucking enjoy it.
Eventually, we'll stop even recording and we'll just release it. Empty white noise for an hour now.
Just imagine the episode you want to hear in this space.
Episode 68. Episode 70. Wait, what?
Way she goes, boys.
In the faint background, you could hear just like skin slapping on each other.
That's the circle jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They invited me in, so there is,
If
we can
coronavirus
look
gets
past
hornier
race.
and people start just if that's the content they want, that's the content they'll get.
I'm already
mean,
excited because people are like naming what the future generation will be, like the quarantines, for example.
Oh God, yeah.
It's
Shut up.
So cringy.
Yeah, how could they do that? I would expect a generation of TikTok moms to have chosen a better name. Very disappointed.
Well, all right.
Yeah. So I guess that means
Okay.
it's time for the game this week, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's all get re-excited as we round this last final stretch in what feels like the third time that we've ended the show. So, of course, one of the major things that has been taking over headlines is hearing people talk about, well, how much money are they going to be getting from the government, and look at what these other countries are providing people, and we don't compare, we don't stack up, we're so much worse, and then look, things are getting better. The cycle just continues on and on. And so in the midst of all of this, though, we are distracting ourselves with the amazing Netflix docuseries Big Tiger, and so that has led to a game I want to play this week. It's 4 rounds. It's a pretty simple game. Which is more, this country's stimulus package or this exotic animal? Okay. It's you just pick one or the other. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's rock this out.
Now the first round we have here is the United States, which I won't tell you the number, but everyone should already know the number in their head. Okay, and that is going to be going up against a racing pigeon. Okay.
What the?
It's specialty pigeons that they use for racing from one point to another in some countries, and I guess in the United States as well. So you tell me, which is worth more, the United States stimulus package, the entirety of what Americans will be getting to combat coronavirus, or a racing pigeon?
I'm saying the pigeon. 100% the pigeon, easily.
I gotta go with
Fucking
the
things are
pigeon.
expensive, I'm sure. They're fast. They're easy to get away. Yeah.
They're pigeons.
They're pigeons. Not a lot of those going around.
But like, okay, here's the thing: weird people are into birds, and those get expensive. I know that, and weird people have a lot of money to spend on birds.
Yeah, like there's
So I'm
some
gonna-
like pet parrot breeds that are like $100,000.
Well, thankfully,
one.
this isn't a pet parrot breed. This is a pigeon.
How different is it? I'm gonna go with the pigeon. This is stupid.
I'm
No-
going with stimulus package.
Okay.
I feel like this is a trick question.
All right.
And I'm always tricked by the trick questions, so I'm just gonna be tricked. I'm ready.
The term is cucked, Zach. But yes, I appreciate your use of
Or
language.
should we
there.
say cuckooed? Cuckooed? I don't.
All right. Now, in the United States, the entirety of the stimulus package is $1,200 for us. So, I also, by the way,
forward to that.
Oh.
and then the average price of a racing pigeon is actually quite varied. But I went with what I think was a couple of the more notable prices. Those start off in the $15,000 to $17,000 range. Although Bolt the pigeon sold for over $400,000. And
Yep.
Holy shit.
that's a pigeon
Bolt
named
the
after
pigeon.
Usain Bolt. Because
Oh, not after the DreamWorks film Bolt.
well,
with
you
Miley
know,
Cyrus in it.
not many people are a fan of animals voiced by John Travolta these days. So really, Gotti kind of ruined the shine on his star, unfortunately.
Kind of sad. I thought when we were talking about the size of the package, I thought we meant like the $200 billion that's set aside specifically for the American
Oh
people.
no! I meant like per citizen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we're not going out and buying any fucking racing pigeons with our government checks,
We
unfortunately.
can't afford to. Is the problem?
In a better country.
Yeah.
In a better fucking country, maybe.
We will
but not
crowdfund.
Shit town.
We will
No,
crowdfund
and even
our
if we
checks.
pulled together, we wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
Yeah.
It's a wild time. So now we travel to the amazing country that is Denmark, who promised to cover 75% of employees their salaries up to what is the equivalent of $3,400. Okay, so that's to give you a frame of reference. I'm not going to tell you what their currency is, but it's 3,400
Euro.
US dollars. So, is that going to be more or less than the price of a capuchin monkey?
I feel like you could get a monkey pretty cheap if you know the right person, so I'm gonna
Denmark.
go for the monkey. In Denmark, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Denmark monkey market.
So
I'm gonna say the
you're-
monkey is more expensive.
Yeah. So, Bo, you're actually saying that the Denmark is more.
Yeah. I'm saying that the Denmark stimulus can get you a monkey and maybe like a trip to McDonald's. I don't know.
McMonkey.
I'm gonna
The
go
McMonkey, yes.
The McMonkey, yeah. I'm gonna go with Denmark's stimulus package.
All right. The average price for a capuchin monkey is $4,000. So the monkey is a little more expensive. Those adorable little fucks. So
Do you know that sloths cost $10,000?
What? That's bullshit.
see, I
fucking love
literally was
sloths.
going to consider putting a sloth on, but then I was like, you know what? I have a feeling Zach would know that one weird animal fact from Zaboomafoo or whatever the fuck you watched growing up. So round three of what we got here, the Canadian stimulus package for each citizen, which again you should know, so I'm not going to bother telling you, versus the price of a African cheetah cub.
All right. I'm going. The cheetah cub's more expensive, easily. Like, I'm not coming at you with some bullshit like, oh, you can get a cheetah cub and a chip for Tim Hortons. No, it's the fucking cheetah.
No, especially if you're getting it young, the young ones are more expensive when you're dealing with like animals and exotics. So it's definitely the
Yep.
cheetah cub.
Okay.
Yep.
Zach?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like meat eaters, like the cubs would be cheaper because you haven't invested like a a year's car payments worth of
You didn't
meat.
have to buy like a cow as well just to feed the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just
The
one
cow's just
cow.
nervously looking over at the cheetah, wondering what's next.
So, like, are we buddies? Is this one of those cute viral videos? Oh, but it's gonna be viral. Not on any of the parts of the internet you normally check, but it's gonna be there.
Yikes.
All right. I'm going with our stimulus package this time.
All right. The Canadian stimulus package, even though it is advertised as $2,000, that is actually 2,000 Canadian dollars. So that only makes it 1,400 US dollars. So suck on that, Canada. And the average price of a cheetah cub is only $1,000, actually. So Zach,
No fucking
What?
way!
yeah, that's right. So you can
We
trade.
can
Oh,
get
well,
that
I know what
here
I'm
in
getting.
Can you
America.
imagine that awkward trade of 16 cheetah cubs for one racing pigeon? Singbad's like, he doesn't even know what a steal. This pigeon is at
Yeah.
least worth 19 cheetahs. It's
Well, fuck me. I guess I know what I'm doing with my government check.
Oh boy.
All right.
yeah, it's good times is what it is. Now, the last round that we got here is from the United Kingdom, who promised to cover 80% of workers' wages, or up to 3,100 United States dollars. Okay? And that's going to be going up against the red arowana, or it's more commonly known as the dragonfish. And it's a fish from South Asia. It's red, has shiny scale. It's a fucking fish, but it's considered pretty
Magikarp.
cool. Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
So
Cool.
What are we thinking here? This.
And we're
Car-
talking like the average person in the UK, like the average wages or fucking income.
Well, it caps out at 3,100. So that's what I was
Okay.
going with, was 3,100. Because I mean, a lot of people are in fact going to be getting less than that, but for the sake of the game here, I didn't want to have it be, some.
Too specific or tied up in it.
The-
It's the fish.
The Asian
It's the
arowana
fish for sure.
costs more, yeah.
Here's the thing. I've definitely seen one of these in an aquarium at like a Chinese restaurant, and I don't think it was a very fancy one. So I'm going to go with the UK stimulus package. I'm going to buck the trend here.
Okay, well,
Okay.
the UK stimulus package came in, as I said before, at 3,100. The dragonfish came in at 3,000. So-
Oh, fuck me. That is a thin margin.
Also, now we
Ooh.
know the quality of places that Denis dines at, where an aquarium with a $3,000 fish considered not that fancy, according to him.
Maybe they got a second hand. I don't fucking know.
It's
Yeah,
a
who knows? Who
maroon
knows how long these things
arowana
live?
instead of a red one, so slightly off color.
Yeah.
There is there's a video on YouTube. It's called "Swimming with Dragons: The Multi-Million-Dollar Fish Farm."
Oh, that's
Where
so
Malaysian
fucking cheesy.
Golden arowana fish.
Okay,
are
well,
raised.
like y'all know about how I think it's called like aquaponics, right? It's that like new style of farming, hydroponic farming.
Yeah.
That they use fish tanks. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess
Yeah,
that needs to be the other factor that we should consider is just make sure it's luxury fish at the bottom. Then that's two
Oh, yeah, for
different
sure.
markets that all of a sudden we're busting into.
Yeah. Here's your fucking startup idea.
I gotta try and catch one of these in Animal Crossing. That's for sure.
Koi are also super expensive. I love how expensive koi are and how pretty they look. I wish I could maintain a fish an aquarium. It'd be really cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
it sounds like a very Texas sort of thing. I'm pretty sure you can get into
The Texas thing is you have the pictures of you holding your giant bass up, just like on the wall, and then you
Oh,
have
yeah.
your mounted deer heads. That's the Texas thing.
it. Yikes.
Sea bass, more like I think it's it's more of a it's more approximate to about a C plus is the joke
That is literally the
Yikes.
joke in
from Animal Crossing.
Oof. See,
There you
It's a
go.
that's-
reference to
No.
video games.
I
you
don't.
go.
That's what
just
everybody's coming to
see
podcasts for
them,
these days, right?
I reel them in.
I see bass, I eat it. I see bass. Well, you better go catch it.
you teach a man to
bass.
You give a man a bass.
You
he
lance
eats
for a day.
You
Oh my
teach
God.
a man to.
Boys,
This is
if you keep
incoherent.
this-
Can we please just
If you
abort
fucking
the
keep
rest
this
of
up,
this
I swear to
episode?
God, I will excuse myself from this.
Anyways,
I'm calling Psychic Dolphin HR. This is a mess.
thanks again to our patrons. We've hit 20 patrons. We've crossed $100. Our audio improvements are actually underway. We do want to give a special shout out to at Capistan in the Capitan in the Discord.
Yeah, did you say Ancapistan?
At
Thank you, all the proud Fedora legions in our Discord for.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's Cap in the Discord. Cap is helping us purchase some audio equipment. Kelton has received the first of our stimulus package. Bo will be next and receiving benefits from the Psychic Dolphin stimulus package.
Hell yeah.
We've paused April donations. I believe we talked about that last week. We paused April donations because we don't want to take money from people who
Any undue hardship. Yeah.
who forgot to subscribe to us or who may miss that $10 at the end of the month. But thank you to the people who are subscribing. The money you're still paying us money for your first time subscription, but it won't come out again for April. So thanks so much for that. Hopefully we'll be hitting $150 soon, and we'll be well on our way to making a fund to pay guests to come on and have better episodes.
Yeah, we're getting Liz Warren on here, folks. You heard it here first.
That's right.
She's got nothing fucking better going on these days.
You're like, hey, Liz, so, quick question here.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I know we talk all the time, but I've never really asked if you'd be interested.
Liz, honey, baby, it's been so long.
Oh, no.
Fucking what you been up to?
Oh my God, can you imagine? That's got to be, by the way, a podcast, the Wearing a Wire podcast, where just each episode is like from some FOIA request of an old agent wearing a wire the entire time.
That's very avant-garde. I like it.
Yeah. It's our latest project. New Patreon tier. Fuck it. I don't know, folks.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much to everyone who's stuck around this long, who's gone through the double episodes. It is pretty nice to know that our little community is chugging along, that y'all are enjoying it, and that we're able to actually start rolling out, one Patreon edition and one regular full-blown episode. So just from the bottom of our hearts, just thank you. Really means a lot. It feels like it's making a huge difference to us. And April Fools, you bunch of fucking revisionists. We hate you. All right, deuces.